Hey, Tara Laidlaw here from the Southern Oregon Land Conservancy with today's edition of Outside Every Day with SOREEL. Today I'm going to send you on a scavenger hunt that you can do literally anywhere. It can take 60 seconds or it could take a whole afternoon, and you don't need any equipment at all. So this one is a good one to have in your back pocket. For this scavenger hunt, I'm going to invite you to try to find examples of biotic and abiotic factors in your immediate surroundings. Biotic and abiotic factors are easy to get confused because their names are very similar, but those are two big categories that scientists use when they're talking about the ways that different parts of the landscape interact with each other. So abiotic factors are things that are not living. And they're things that have never been living. So examples of abiotic factors are rocks, the water that's all around you. That might be precipitation, it might be moisture in the soil, sunlight, temperature, slope, whether there's wind. All of those are examples of abiotic factors. Biotic factors, on the other hand, are things that are living or were once alive. And so that's anything that's a plant or an animal. It includes things like leaves and logs. The leaf isn't alive anymore, but it used to be alive, so that still counts as a biotic factor. So for a very simple version of this scavenger hunt, you can just take a few seconds to look around and identify one example of an abiotic factor and one example of a biotic factor. That's it, you're done. If you want to make it a little bit more involved, you can try to list as many different biotic and abiotic factors as you can see, or in the case of sunlight or temperature, maybe you're feeling those factors. And you don't necessarily need to know the scientific names of the plants and animals. You can just say, yeah, that leaf with the kind of shiny top surface, or that plant over there with the different colored leaves. You don't need to be too specific. If you do want to formalize the scavenger hunt a little bit, you can pull out your trusty nature journal and you can create a T-chart, a very simple T-chart like this. And you can see I've got one side for abiotic or non-living things and one side for biotic. Those are my living or once living things. And I would just sit and take some time to write down all of the abiotic and all of the biotic factors that I could see from this spot right here. Again, you can write, you can draw pictures if that's easier for you. And if you include information about the date, the time, the location, and the weather, this is also a really fun tool for comparing the kinds of things that you see in this location across different times or different seasons, or from location to location, because it's the combination of biotic and abiotic factors working together that make each landscape unique. So I invite you to give the biotic and abiotic scavenger hunt a try, whether it's in your yard, inside your house looking out a window, out on a hike on the trail, and see if you can start to find some big patterns about how biotic and abiotic factors work together in your landscape.